Good evening, and thank you for the privilege of saying a word of recognition on the retirement of Dr. Jerome King Del Pino from the position of General Secretary of this General Board of Higher Education and Ministry. I consider it an honor to speak on behalf of both Martin Methodist College, my institution, but also on behalf of the International Association of Methodist Schools, Colleges, and Universities, better known as IAMSCU, on whose board Jerome served with great effectiveness. I'm especially pleased to offer him a word of thanks for nearly 3 quadrennia of service. I have no idea how many years that is, but it sounds like a lot to me. I certainly consider Jerome to be a good friend. We always have lots to talk about. After all, he and I both sleep with teachers. Perhaps better phrased, it would be better to say that we are both married to public school teachers. But we have commiserated many times about the special challenges of living with people who spend most of their waking hours with small children. You know, Jerome, the older I get, the more I've learned to appreciate the precision of the instructions that teachers tend to give, like pick up your clothes and don't drive so fast and stop drooling, that kind of thing. Joyce, you know, I wouldn't have gone that way had Cheryl been able to attend tonight, but as Jerome once said to me, where would we be without our teachers? And that's the perfect segue, I think, to thank Jerome for his leadership at the Board of Higher Education and Ministry. He presided over the General Board at a time of great turmoil, both in the church and in our church-related institutions. But despite the challenges, the Board of Higher Education and Ministry continues to be a crucial resource for our schools, our colleges, our universities. I will always be thankful for the role that Jerome and his colleagues have played in my professional development through NASCM, the highly effective conferences and institutes that I participated in. More than any other organization or resource, I looked to the General Board of Higher Education and Ministry for help. And I can tell you Martin Methodist College is a stronger, more vital institution, better church-connected institution because of Jerome King Del Pino's work at GBHEM. Jerome has also done a wonderful job of supporting the preparation for an unprecedented gathering that will take place this summer when NASCM and IAMSCU will come together for the first time for a joint conference. That's 775 Methodist institutions from across the globe that will come together in Washington, D.C. And during this meeting, we will recognize IAMSCU's 20th anniversary and NASCM's 35th anniversary. But more than that, I believe this joint conference will usher in an important new era of cooperation among our Methodist educational institutions across the globe. Jerome was a central force in making this joint conference a reality, and it took some political work behind the scenes, believe it or not, to make that happen. It is, I think, indicative of his global perspective, his keen understanding that education in the 21st century must have a significant global thrust if it is to be truly effective learning for the world in which we now live. I have no doubt that the global education initiatives that have been started under Jerome's leadership here at GBHEM will be among the most important accomplishments of this board and perhaps of our church as we look back 10 and 20 and 30 years from now. At the last meeting of the Board of Directors of IAMSCU in Rio de Janeiro this past February, I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Jose Vicente, who is the founding rector of Zumbi dos Palmares, an amazing institution that was created in 2003 and modeled after our Clark Atlanta University as a historically black institution for African Brazilians. Now, you may not realize that 30% of the population of Brazil is African Brazilian, and when it comes to higher education, it is a vastly underserved population. Dr. Del Pino had a significant role in supporting the development of this institution and was honored for his work by the Honors Council of the Society of Afro-Brazilian Socioculture Development, better known, nobody could say that, so they had to abbreviate it, better known as AfroBras. At an impressive ceremony last November, Dr. Jerome King Del Pino was presented with the 2010 Black Race Trophy, the highest honor given by AfroBras. And Dr. Jose Vicente, president of AfroBras, asked that in this setting that I present to Dr. Del Pino the stunning volume that was created to commemorate that occasion. And so, Jerome, as I present this volume to you, I simply want to salute you and offer you our deepest thanks for your leadership and to bid you Godspeed as you move into your next phase of ministry. Thank you.